Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink in Seekonk, Massachusetts. Welcome to my Stamp and Sip workshop where the weekend starts early. I don't always stamp on Friday night, but when I do, I stamp with all of you. So let's grab whatever we brought to drink tonight. I am drinking some Oliver. I'm still drinking my blood orange spritz. And let's get started. We're going to make this really fun shaker easel card tonight. So cheers. All right. Let's put that aside so we don't spill. And let us go down here to this camera. Oops, wrong way. All right, hopefully that's going to be right. There we go. All right, we're a little crooked, but there we go. All right. Hi, Kathy. All right, so tonight we are making this, I'm calling it a shaker easel card. So the history on this is I joined a group on Facebook that does card swaps. And one of the card swaps this time was this shaker easel card. I had never heard of it before, so there was a little video, and the video was by Miss Connie Stewart, Simply Simple Stamping, and she created this little shaker easel card. So the swap, you have to make one to send to the person that you're assigned to. So I decided to try it, and I just thought it was so cute. I wanted you guys all to see it, and maybe you will try one. It's not hard, but there is a shaker element going on here. So you do have to have some acetate to create that shaker card. But I do have one without the shaker element, and I will show that sample to you as well. Okay, that's why you're seeing this reflection here, is because there is acetate in that little window there. So it's like a little picture frame. So this is a shaker, and then this little easel comes out. It's got a little easel back to it, so it will stand up by itself. So this person that is receiving this is going to get this card. This does open up. You can stamp a sentiment and write a message in here. And then they've got this little card that comes out, and they can stand this on a table or a shelf and just keep that forever. And then there's a slit here that fits into. Okay, so I am going to show you how to make this card. All right, so first off, I wanted to tell you how I picked my colors. I was really trying to figure out, you need a bunch of colors. You need at least 3 colors for this card. Your card base, and I like my card base to match this little frame. And then you need 2 coordinating colors. So I used my color wheel for that one, and then I thought I would do that again. And I wanted to use Azure Afternoon. I love that turquoise. So then it told me to pick Poppy Parade in the triad here, but I'm going with Melon Mambo, so I'm a little off the Poppy Parade. And then I'm going to go with Lemon Lime Twist. So it was between Soft Seafoam and Lemon Lime Twist. I'm going for all the brights today. So we're doing Azure Afternoon, Melon Mambo, and Lemon Lime Twist for this card. All right, so what are you going to need? You are going to need a card base. For your card, you're going to need the card base, and this is going to be 4 1/4 by 11. Hi, Lorraine. So that's going to be 4 1/4 by 11. And then for the inside mat here, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 4. And then your white is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. Now you do not have to put this mat. This is a Connie Stewart card, so it's got a lot of layers because that's what Connie loves. but you don't have to do that. You could put a piece of white that's 5 1/4 by 4 inside just as well. Okay, so then for your little easel piece, you're going to need the little easel, what I call the easel back, and that is going to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches by 6 1/2. You're going to need a little piece of white to stamp your image, and that's going to be 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. Very little real estate there to stamp. And then you're going to need a piece of window sheet or acetate that's 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. So a little square. Then you're going to need your little piece to make the back, your easel stand. And that's going to be 1 1/4 by 7 1/2. We're going to score that. And then you'll just need 2 pieces to create your little frames. These 2 frames right here. I did those with the Stylish Shapes dies. So I've got the largest square, then the next largest, and then the third largest. So you're going to need 3 nesting squares, and the largest one is 3 by 3. Okay, you could go a smidge bigger if you had to. You could fit a little bit bigger one on here as well. But that is what these measured, was 3 by 3, and then you've got the 2 next sizes down from that to create these frames. Okay, so that's what we need. Let's get started. I'm going to put the card base part aside for right now, and we're going to work on the little shaker card element. All right, so this is 3 1/4 by 6 1/2, and we scored it at 3 1/4. So this is going to become a square. And what we're going to do is we're going to just glue this and then just adhere the front to the back, basically. Now, if you wanted to, you could emboss this. I did emboss it on a couple of my cards. On this one, I'm going to leave it plain. You don't really see a lot of the embossing behind your frame. So we're going to just put glue in there, and then we're going to press this down. And the reason we're doing this is just to make it nice and sturdy. You want it to just be nice, like two layers, so it's nice and sturdy. That's going to be the back of your frame. Then what you're going to want to do, I already got glue on everything. How did I do that? Okay. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut out these little frames. So you're going to take the color that you've decided on. I'm going to do, I like the card base to be the same color as this outer frame. So we're going to make that in the blue. And in order to do that, you're going to take your largest die and then your next largest, and you're going to nest them like this. Get a little piece of tape. Okay, so you're going to nest them, and you're going to want to center this up and try to get an even border around all sides, as straight as you can get it. Once you have that straight, you're going to glue it down. I use just a little piece of artist tape there to hold that down. You could use washi tape or a Post-it note. And then you're going to run this through your die cutting machine. And what you will come up with is a piece that looks like this. So this is going to be that outer frame. Then you're going to take that same outside die, the largest die, and you're going to take your coordinating color that's going to be the middle here, and you're going to do your dies the same way. So you're going to put the largest die, and this time the third largest die. So you're going to see you're going to get a much wider frame there. Line those up. And then we're going to stick that down to hold them in place so they don't move. We're going to run this through our embossing machine. And we're going to magically come up with this. All right. So you've got your two little squares here. This one is going to go on top of this one to create your little frame. Okay. So we can put that together right now. And we've got all our pieces, so we can do our stamping and get this put together. All right, so just a little bit of glue on that, and then we're going to line this up as best we can to create the front of our focal point here. Okay, now we're going to do some stamping. So we've got our 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 little piece of paper here. Tonight I was going to use Sweet Jar. I'm going to just do these little candles. So we're doing them in, I brought the ink. We're going to do them in some, let's see, maybe some Melon Mom, but let's just use all the colors. Why not? All right, so we have two candles. You've got two candle images. You've got the one with multiple candles. Those will all have to be the same color. And then you've got this one separate candle that you can add some additional colors. So my first color is going to be Azure Afternoon. And I guess I should tell you how to line this up. So here's your 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 piece. It's going to go back here. So I'm going to hold this behind here. And I want to make sure that I've kind of got it lined up because I've got to put some glue here to hold this on. So when I've got this lined up, it looks pretty even all the way around. I'm going to sit it down and I'm going to get my pencil and I'm just going to make a little light line very lightly just to give myself an idea. You probably can't even see that, but there's a little bit of line, little bit of pencil mark there so I can see where I want to stamp. All right, so we're going to start with the blue and we're going to do these candles. I'm going to put them, well, let's put them to the side. And then I've got the Melon Mambo. I just like the name of this ink, Melon Mambo, one of my favorite colors. Put that one in the middle. And then we've got some lemon lime twist. So we clean off my Melon Mambo and go with some lemon lime twist over here. Oh, that did not clean off well at all. So I have some funky colored candle there. It's like pink and green together. And can you see the pink mark in my stamp pad? Oof, this is hard. I think you're going to have to do lemon lime before you do the Melon Mambo. All right, so we're going to do a couple more blue. Live and learn. All right, then we'll go back to lemon lime twist. Let's see. Oh, it's getting better. Lemon lime twist. That's better. I've got all kinds of funky colored candles here. Oh, we're not going to do any more of those. We're going to do a couple more pink. So some more Melon Mambo. And a Melon Mambo over here. All right, here we go. Let's clean that off again. That pink was very stubborn on my stamp there. Okay, so I was thinking about this banner from the birthday celebration set, and I was thinking that maybe I could get a little banner in here. Let's try it. We're going to try lemon lime twist. Cute. And then maybe melon mambo. You notice I did the lemon lime twist first this time. All right, let's try melon mambo. Go this way. Be over here. Trying to think if I could get all three colors in there. Maybe not. I will just go with two. All right. So there's my little candles and my little banner. Does it look like a party? It's kind of looking like a party. All right, then I'm going to grab my pencil again and just erase my lines quickly, just where I think they might show. The top is really light. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we've got our little image, and we're going to put that on, but we're going to add our acetate first. So you're going to flip over your frame. You need to get your acetate on here first. So we're going to get some tear and tape, and I'm going to put the tear and tape pretty close to the edge of my little window there. All the way around. I was really nervous about teaching this card tonight. I've made a few, but I always get nervous about whether I can pull it off live and then whether I can explain it. So hopefully you guys are following along. All right. So now we've got our tear and tape on there. We're going to pull off our backing of our tear and tape. Oh, my frame is flying away. There we go. Stuck to my hand. There we go. All right. Then we're going to get our acetate on there. We want to try to make sure it's fairly clean, but it's never going to be perfect. Take it from me. We're going to just lower that right down on top of our tape. Okay. And then we want to put our image on, but we want to put our little shaker pieces in between our acetate and our image. So we're going to get our little shaker pieces, and we're going to add, we need some dimension to be able to hold this up and create a space for our shaker pieces. I've got the iridescent shaker circles. I cannot actually tell you if these are currently available. Sorry. I know there are some shaker pieces that are available currently. All right, so what I also have here are some foam adhesive strips. When you're doing a shaker card, these are perfect. You can also use the outside of your dimensional sheets. Let me see if I can grab my dimensionals. So when you've used up your dimensionals in the middle, you will have these pieces on the edge. And so you could also use these to create a shaker card. Okay. But I've got these foam strips. This is exactly what they're designed for. They are going to be sticky on one side. They've got a paper backing on the other side, and they're foam. It's like a dimensional in a strip. So we're going to add this foam around our little window here. I'm going to press that down. Now you can bend this so that it goes around and go to the next side, or you can cut it. Either way will work. I'm going to try bending tonight. So that one is going around, and we'll grab another piece. You get a lot in this package. You get 2 sheets of these, and you get a lot of different, a lot of them in this package. And they're very long. So now I'm going to start right here. You want to make sure that you don't leave any gaps so your shaker pieces don't fly out. Ask me how I know. Be careful with the gaps. All right, so then when you get to the end, you're going to cut this off. And you want it to just butt up right against, wait, let me put this down. Right against this other foam piece right there. All right, so that you don't have any open areas. Then you're going to take your backing off. And I'm praying that my little piece is going to, oh, I think it's going to fit perfect. All right. Then we're going to put some little shaker pieces in there. I'm just going to take a pinch, throw them right in. It's a party. All right, and then we're going to put our little card on. So we're going to just lower that down. And I'm going to hope that it lined up. We'll find out. Oh, look at that. So cute. I have done it other way around where you've put the cardstock piece down, put the little shakers, and then lowered this onto it. But I have to tell you that there's a lot of static with the acetate. So it's better to have the acetate down and put your little shapes on the acetate and then lower your cardstock down. So that's cute. All right, so we're going to attach this now to our easel back. Oh, I thought there was something stuck in there. It was just one of the little pieces on its side. So I'm going to glue this whole thing to my easel back. Trying to line it up. Press that down. And so now you've got your little easel shaker. Okay, so we just need to make it a stand. So you've got your, well, I forgot, 1 1/4 by 7.5 inch piece. And we're going to score that. So unfortunately, we got to take our arm out here. Okay, we're going to score this at 2.5. 3.5. 4.5. And then 7. Okay, that's going to make our little stand. So you'll see that you've got your little 1/2 inch panel here, and then you've got these 3 lines here. This middle line, you want to fold what would be the wrong way. So you're going to fold that toward you. So valley in the middle. And then you're going to fold on the other 2 score lines, mountain in the middle. You're going to score them back. So you should get a W like that. And then you'll see you've got this little flap up here that's going to fold over, and we're just going to glue that. So just some glue right on that little flap. Hi, Sharon. Okay, and that makes your little easel stand. So it should look like that. And that's going to attach to the back of your little easel card. I attach it with the side that's got the flap down to the card. So you just get a nice solid piece here. So we're just going to add some glue to this side. And we're going to add this to the card. Make sure it's going the right way. Oh, see, I would have done it wrong. So here is your image. You want it to fit on the back like that. You're going to go right to the bottom edge, and you're going to want to try to get that right in the middle, or as close in the middle as you can, so that it will line up in the middle on your card. So you just attach that little piece. And that's your little easel. So cute. So you can put a sentiment on it, or you can leave it just like that. All right, so now how do we get it to go into the card or on the front of the card? Let me show you. All right, so you'll have your card base, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 11. I almost said 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's not right. 4 1/4 by 11. You're going to score this in half at 5 1/2, like you normally would. Okay, now we need to make a slit. So we're going to bring it up to 2 1/4 inches. Make sure I'm right. 2 1/4. Line it up at 2 1/4. You're going to bring your cutting blade, hold your track up, bring your cutting blade up to 1 1/2. Oops, 1 1/2. It's hard for me to see at this angle. Then lower it down. You'll cut from 1 1/2 down to 3 inches. Doesn't have to be perfect. You'll get a little cut line, little slit there. And then you're going to fold your card base. Oh, I have a hard time doing this when I don't put it in the cutter. There we go. Okay. So then you have your little slit in the front of your card. Your easel, the back of your easel is going to fit right in that slit. Let me give it a little. Of course, it doesn't want to do it when I am on camera. One moment, please. Being stubborn. There it goes. All right, so that will fit right in that little slit. If you can see that, you can see it comes through here. And it should be about 1 inch and a half wide because this is 1 1/4. So that's going to hold that right in the middle of your card base. Hey, Julie and Carol. Okay, but do we want to leave this plain? I think not. I think we should do some stamping here. So let's do some stamping. I'm going to do, what am I going to do? I don't know. I hadn't thought about it actually. Oh, let's do some hearts. Oh, let's do some banners. Okay, let's do hearts and banners. All right, I lost my banner. There he is. Still got mango on him. Why do I want to call it mango? It's not mango. It's melon mambo. So we used to have a mango. Didn't we? Thought we did. All right, let's see if this is clean. Okay, so I'm going to do this, just stamp color on color in the Azure Afternoon. And actually I'm going to lay this. No, I'm not. I'm going to go this way so I don't make a mess. All right, so we're going to put one up here in the corner. And then maybe one over here. Cute. And then, what else have I got? I've got some hearts somewhere. I think I pulled them out. We've got some little hearts that go with this, that come in this set as well. So we'll do some little hearts. And I'm going to just stick with the same color. I lost my stamp. I've lost my stamp and my ink. Oh my goodness. Is it going to stay on? Yeah. What happens is sometimes your, what do you call these? Photopolymer stamps will get less sticky and they don't want to stick to your block. And you just went rogue. All right, so let's take him off. And let's use this one. And let's see where this is going to be. Oh, I think that's enough hearts. What do you think? Maybe one more right here. Of course. There we go. All right, so we're going to set that aside. And then we're going to put this in here. Oh, no, we're going to put the middle in. Sorry. All right, so we have our panels that are going in the middle or in the inside, and we were going to stamp those. I'm going to do Make a Wish. I've already got it on the block. There we go. All right, so we've got Make a Wish. I have blue ink on me. I'm going to make a mess. Okay, hopefully not. And let's do Azure Afternoon again. So this is for the inside. And that's going to go on our mat of lemon lime twist. And then that will go inside the card. Then we just need a sentiment for the front, and we'll be all set. Okay, so we made some stamping boo-boos on the front, so I figure we just need to cover those up with some sentiments at this point. Sentiments or embellishments. So we're going to put this in, and then let's decide. So we've got the sending a little, and I've got the word party your way. So let's grab a piece of scrap white. So I wanted the word party to go right on my frame, and I think I'm going to do that in the Melon Mambo. So this set is designed so that you can put the word party in between these other two lines of your sentiment here. Oh, I don't want to stamp with lemon lime. I've already stamped with Melon Mambo with that stamp, and I'm not taking any chances. I'm going to do Azure Afternoon here. So we've got sending a little party your way. So the stamp set is designed for that word to go right in here, but we're going to use it a little bit differently. So I'm going to just cut this word out here. And that's going to be the piece that's going to go on my little frame. And then we're going to cut these out, sending a little. Oh, that was not straight. Your way. See, covered that boo-boo right up. And I can cover up that little boo-boo right there. Perfect. Let's just grab a dimensional for that. I've covered them up. I don't know what I did with them. Here they are. Every stamping boo-boo is just an opportunity for further creativity. Or bling. Either way. So we're going to do sending a little your way. I need some mini dimensionals for that one. It's tiny. And then party is going to go right on the one in the middle. Right there. That way, when they take this off of the card, it's still going to say party on it. And it can freestand like that. Ta-da! All right. What do you think? I think it's adorable. It's a lot of fun, and I think I would make it for the right person. Not something I'm going to make every time, but I think for a really fun birthday card, that's cute, or a special anniversary or celebration, really cute. All right, so let me show you, get all this out of the way, the ones that I created. Do I still have blue on me? No. So this is the sample that you saw that I posted on Facebook. This one is just plain inside. Then, of course, this is the one that we created tonight. All right. So then I did one with the little bee. He says, love you. You can put this catty corner, you can put it straight, however you want to present it when it goes in the envelope. It will fit in an envelope. It's going to need some extra postage. So here's the little bee, says, love you. Ooh. And I just put some little honeycomb things inside. And then here is one that I did, and this is not a shaker. So this was created with that Year of Flowers set. I stamped some flowers on the background here, and then I embossed the front of this little card. And then I did this with just putting the white paper image back there and no acetate. So that you can do that with no acetate as well. You don't have to make a shaker card. So this is a happy birthday. And then this last one was my attempt at making it with something other than a square. So I would do this again and hopefully have it come out a little neater. This one is kind of rough around the edges because I just started out with a square piece of paper and then decided to do a circle. So it's a little rough, but it's cute. So this is Happy Birthday. This is with the One More Year stamp set. And it says, aging fine like cheese and wine. So there you go. So there's some samples of that card. I don't know, but I think you guys should try it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of pieces, but if you follow the instructions, I think you should be able to follow along. I did put the written instructions on my blog. So they are at, oh, I can't get back here. They are on my blog at thismustbeink.com. I've got all the instructions and all the dimensions of everything that you need to make the card. Does that one that's not a shaker card still come off? Yes, it does still come off. Let me show you here. Yes, still comes out. It's still a little frame when I'm not dropping it. Still a little frame, and it still can fit in there. It's just not built out with that shaker effect. So it's still cute. It's very, very different. I hadn't seen anything like this before, and I thought, well, I'm going to try it, and it really wasn't too bad. All right, so that's it for me tonight, guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Enjoy your weekend. I think we're going to get more rain. I don't know. We can't beat between the heat and the rain this summer. So far, not such a great summer. But you know what that means? More time for crafting. All right. So that's it for me tonight. You guys have a great weekend and stay crafty, my friends. I'll see you next week.